So after making your 51 chains, you're going to turn in the back bumps. You're going to make single crochets, and you're going to start with the second chain from the hook. At the end of it, you should have 50 single crochets. So in the back bumps, make your single crochets all the way to the end. So we're now at the end of making our 50 single crochets, and we're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to single crochet until we reach our 42nd stitch. Now you can go under both loops or you can go back loop only. We're going to do a back loop only single crochet all the way because it is more stretchy. So you're going to get a more stretchy feel if you do back loops only, and the back loop is the one furthest away from you. So we've reached our 42nd stitch. Count just to ensure that you have 8, and we're going to slip stitch in these last 8 stitches. So we're going to slip stitch back loops only in these last 8 stitches, and this will give the top of the beanie a flat look, and it's easier to seam together when we're finished. So I insert a stitch marker just to ensure that I don't mess up or miscount. So I always use my stitch marker. So ensure that you chain one, and you're going to turn your work, and then you're going to slip stitch back to the 8th stitch from the end. So slip stitch back to your 8th stitch. So you can also put another stitch marker at the end of the work, because we have to ensure that we have 50 stitches all the way through, because we need to ensure that it's even on both sides, starts and finish, so that we can seam the hat together. So you can put another stitch marker just to ensure that you don't do more than what is needed or less than what is needed. And from here, we continue our single crochets in the back loop only. So 42 single crochets, back loop only, and 8 slip stitches in the last 8 stitches all the way through. Single crochet, slip stitch, only 2 stitches. And we're going to do this until we reach 18 inches. Now we're coming to the end of the final single crochet. In the last stitch, you're not going to do the back loop only, you're going to go on the both loops. So always go on the both loops single crochet when you're at the end. and chain one and turn, and then back loop all the way back up. So when you're coming back down to the end, you're going to single crochet on the both loops in that final stitch. Just in that final stitch at the end, single crochet on the both loops. So we're back at our 42nd stitch. Remove your stitch marker, slip stitch, final 8 all the way back up, slip stitch all the way back down, back loops only, and then we're going to repeat that up, down until we have 18 inches. So let me just show you how far we are along our progress. 1 inch. We have 17 more to go. So now we're at 10 inches. So just showing you a little progress. 10 inches, just continue your single crochets and your slip stitches until you get to 18 inches. So one more tip. Let's say you want to use more than one colors. Just get your other color yarn and you're going to begin your single crochet. So you're going to, under your loop, pull through, take your other color yarn, and you're going to just pull through that other color yarn to finish your single crochet, and then just continue with that new color. So we're at the end. Ensure that you leave a long tail to seam your work together. We're now at our 18 inches. Measure, measure, measure. 18 inches. So we're going to seam or work together. So you're going to put right side in. Check your right side. Put right side in and ensure that you have 50 stitches on each end, because that's how we're going to seam it together evenly, and we're going to do a mattress stitch. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Get your darning needle and get ready to do our mattress stitch. So just to lock your work together, you see that little bump there at the end? Yes, that chain one, you're just going to push your needle through that to get it even and just to lock it together. After that, you're going to push your darning needle on the both loops closest to you. So on the both loops closest to you, then under the both loops further away from you, push through your darning needle, and you're going to repeat that until you reach your last 12 stitches. So on the both loops that are closest to you, then on the both loops that are further away from you, and you're just going to continue that. Just ensure that you're pulling tight as you go along. So maybe after every 3 or 4, you just pull it together. We're at our last 12. You're going to turn your work inside out, and we're going to seam. Continue doing your mattress stitch. Ensure that they're even. ensure that your last 12 stitches are together, and then you're going to just continue the mattress stitch. Now this is the section that we're going to fold up, so you want to seam it together so that when you get that fold, it doesn't look like it's on the wrong side. All right, so just continue your mattress stitch until you reach the end. All right, so we're at the end. We're going to weave in all those ends, weave them in seamlessly, and then we're just going to cut off those extra yarn that's left. We're at the top part of our beanie, so we're going to fold it back inside out, put it back on the wrong side, and then we're just going to take our needle and our yarn and push it through the top part of it all the way around and pull through as you go along. So you're going to do that all the way around. So pull tight as you go along. Be careful and ensure that you don't break the yarn. So just continue, pull through as you go along. This is us at the end. You're going to take your needle and just weave them in and just lock that top so that you don't have any space at the top, any hole at the top. So just pull through your yarn and pull tight, pull through, pull tight, pull through. Doesn't matter where, just try to be as neat as possible and pull tight until you see all of that work locked together and no hole. Alright, can you do a double take, check at the top to see how neat it is. So we're complete. Our beanie is now complete. Turn it inside out. So we're putting it on the right side and we're going to do a fold. Here we go. And you have a beanie.